soft water here. The soft water, well, not knobhead. The still water, because they haven't got to fight against the current, and that's, people might disagree with me, I don't know, but that's my theory on river fishing. So we'll just have a few more chucks here. I know there's I caught a big 6-pounder out of here last year. It was a cracking fish. That's a hell of a fish for a river, any river fisherman will tell you. But a 6-pound brownie gives you a hell of a fight, because they know the river, they know where the fast bits are. So if I hook into a fish, hopefully, so I can show you, they'll go straight, either straight for a snag, like, see that tree across there? A tree like that that's on the riverbank has got the roots going all through the riverbank. Sorry, into the river. So the big wise fish, if you walk into him, that's where he's heading, to try and snap you off, straight into them roots, or into that fast flow which I've just explained. And if you're not listening, pay attention. Oh, crash that one. That's because I'm trying to keep it high off there. See all this shit here behind me? Where them swans are, I don't know if you can see them, but there's a stoned area there, so I'll go and give it a whirl up there in a minute. And there's no obstructions behind you, so it's a lot easier. There we go, that's a little bit better, but it did hit the water quite hard. But it doesn't matter fishing this style if you hit the water hard. It's when you dry fly fishing, you don't want that splashing. So I do come down here in my waders, but this isn't a massive expedition. So I've just come down in my gogs, which is sound. So we'll just let the flow take that slightly and start bringing him back. I'll try and show you. I don't know if it's filming it properly or not until I get home. Just bringing it back in a figure of 8. You can strip it back like that, doesn't matter. But if you hook into a fish, just remember what you've done, because if you can catch one on that method, you'll catch a few more on that day. There is a bit of a breeze, so you can see this overhanging willow here. So what I've got to do is cast to the side rather than up over my shoulder. So I'll try and show you. There we go. So just let the flow take it and let that line straighten out a bit, and then we'll fetch him back in, figure of 8 like that, or you can strip like I've just said. So I'll just have another cast and then I'll go up where them swans are, because I've caught quite a few trout up there just lately. So we'll just mend the line like that, because the current's taking it, and what it does is it pulls the fly. So whatever my rod tip and whatever this line's doing, I needed a new line. I've got a new line actually, but you can see this one's kinked. Whatever my rod tip's doing and that yellow floating line, that's what the fly's doing. So if I do that, the fly's coming quicker through the water. So you can give it a couple of jerks now and again. Don't be filthy. Yeah, give it a couple of jerks. That deserves a fish, that cast. That was a belter. So I'm just going to mend the line. Oh, did you hear that? I don't know if the camera picked it up, but there's a trout just rose at the bottom of them trees. There's another willow there. He's just rose and took probably a mayfly. So what I'm going to do is go up there above the swans and try and cast down, get my fly to come under that willow. Bit of a tricky operation, but I'll try and show you. Come under that willow, and it's absolutely red hot here. I don't know what it's like where you are, but it's scorcho. So we've got a bit of crap on there. We'll get rid of that crap. Hook him on there like that, and then just take up the slack. Bosh, and you're away. Remember, rod always behind you, and you don't risk snapping your rod then. So we'll get the bag. Oh, it's red hot. I'm going to have to take this hat off in a minute before I pass out. Oh, so I struggle, as you can see. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, only about 55 times. I'm just going to let this play out, I think, because then you can get the full experience what I'm having. So I've got my stick back, boom, and we'll go down here. And these swans are pretty cool. Seen them before, stood here before and filmed them. There's a kingfisher as well that runs this stretch, and hopefully I can catch it on camera. Might not be today, but they're my mates, Cyril and Cecilia, the swans. Good skins they are. But look at this. Try and get the camera up. What a place. It's absolutely outstanding. So at the back of there is Sudbury Hall. You might be able to see it just there. You see the chimneys and stuff. If I walked about 300 metres that way, which I'm not going to because I'm fucking red hot, but if I did, you get a full view of that. But you can see it from the lake walk, which is, there's a big lake inside that wood there. If you can see, you can just see Sudbury Hall there. The chimneys to the left of that big tree, to the right the chimneys, and to the left you can see a few windows and a bit of brickwork, but I can show you all that at another time, because there's a big lake and residents of the village are allowed to walk around the lake, which is lovely. Right, so I've got to get down here in a minute, and it's not good having shorts on. There's fucking nettles everywhere. Just started to shower again, but I don't think it's going to be, I don't think it'll be knocking around for too long. So I'll take my gear off, not my gear, I'm not a naturist, but I'll take my thing off. Oh, I'll just drop my fly gear, my gink, just dropped my gink, which is dry fly liquid. I think I showed you before we left home. Dry fly liquid. I'll show you how to use that a bit, either today or a bit later on. If you're going to watch. If you're not, I'm not bothered. It's just my life. None of this is staged. Oh, bang! Because if it was, I wouldn't have shown you. Gosh, how bad I am on my legs. And pretend I'd cut it. Yeah, look, we're going to get through here now. Fucking hell, man. This reminds me of fucking Vietnam, 69. Oh, when the shit went down in the Iron Triangle. Oh, bollocks. There we go. Made it. Are you still with me? Yeah. Right. So, I did a video on this the other day, and I hope this one's recording proper. Swans are off, miserable fuckers. No, they're pretty cool actually. Hey, oh, there's a mallard there, look, with its little, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, ducklings. It's not very happy that I've come down here, but I saw that further up the lane in a ditch a few days ago, if you go back on the videos. These swans are sound as. They know my vet, I respect them, they respect me. They probably couldn't beat me up now I've said that. But yeah, Cyril's here, look. Cecilia, his miss, is there. Cyril's not bothered. Cecilia's got in because he's having a bit of peace. He's probably been fucking bending his ear all day. Anyway, we might see some trout rising. We might not. We shall see. But if they start rising, then I'm going to put I'll put a mayfly on, because I've clocked a few mayflies already. There's loads of damselflies knocking about. But look at this for a place. So here, I did a video the other day. So it's all open water obviously there, and it all gets funneled into here. So it's the same principle. We're going to fish in them rapids. There's like a jet stream of water there. Underneath the water, that's where the trout will be lying. But I've had some big fish, big trout out of here, out of this pool above us. But I need my waders. It's quite deep in there. It's about 4 foot deep, so I need my waders to fish. But it's very successful, I found, along them rushes there. My lad had a 10-pound pike out of there the other day, and then he had a 6. No, sorry, lying bastard. So he had a fuck's sake, what's going on here now? There we go. He come down here on his own last Sunday, I think it was, and last Sunday he come down on his own, and he had a brown trout, about 2.5 pound, beautiful fish, wild brownie. And then an hour later he sent me a video of a pike. It was a 15-pound pike. It was an absolute fucking monster. 15-pound river pike in the summer is a fish of a lifetime, and that's a true story. So what we're going to do, all I want to do is put it in that fast water there and let the river work the fly. I'll show you. Right, we don't want much line out at the minute, just a smidge. So you can see, watch my rod tip. Actually, I need to get in a bit further. I'll flick it over there, and all we're going to do is work the river. So I'll bring it this side. There's a bit of weed there. It's only streamer weed though, so it's not too strong. So you get caught in it, you can just flick the fly back out. So my fly now is just dancing about in that water, but it's natural because he's facing upstream. So if there's any trout in there, that's where I want him, over that side, so I can work the whole pool from left to right, right to left, whatever. But I can move my rod now, look, to the left, so I'm covering all the water, and I can spin it back to the right, bring it up, and try and film it, bring it up that way, so it's fishing right to the right. There's a bit of bend in the rod because of the current flow. I know there's fish in here because I've had them out, I've seen them moving. So just let a bit more line out, and I can fish a little bit further without actually moving too far. We'll do the same thing again, across there to the left, and you'll get these trout in 4 inches of water, 100 mil. So don't always have to go for the big deep pools. So I'll just move down slightly, but you've always got to keep in contact with that. Make sure there's no loops in your line or anything, because it's vital. If you catch a wild brown trout and you've got a knot in your leader or whatever, or even in the floating line, it won't snap the floating line, but it makes a weak point in your leader. And then it will snap you off and you'll be wounded. Believe me, I've been there and done it. So now we're just gonna, what I want to do is cast just over there near, see that the streamer weeds flowering. I just want to get right near there because there's a good cover there, that streamer weed, and you'll see me line tightening up there. Look, that's because I'm on the streamer weed, which I'm glad about because I can show you. See, you just pull it out. Sometimes it's a lot harder than that, but you can just pull it out gently. There we go. That deserves a fish, that cast. So just work the stream, work the river, sorry. It's not a massive river, the Dove, but it's got some monsters. I don't know if you saw that over there, there's some pied wagtails. Try and get them to get up so you can see them. There's another one there, look. I think there's probably a family of them. I think that was a kingfisher just got in the tree up there. If it was, right, I'm going to walk down here to see if we can catch this kingfisher. I've only just mentioned it and we're very lucky. There's not many people in this world that have seen a kingfisher, and I've seen him down here loads of times catching minnows, and it's a magical sight. He can't fucking ring a Cardo tomorrow or as the delivery. Other supermarkets are available, but he can't do that, so he gets up in the morning and he has to crack on. Otherwise he doesn't eat and he dies. So it's no good saying, oh, I've got depression and can't be arsed today. Well, if that's the deal, you're not going to fucking eat. So they die, and that's what nature's about. That's how I view it. They have to crack on. Otherwise, they bite the dust. I think he's still in the tree. I'm sure it was that kingfisher. I caught him the other day. If you go back and look, there we go. If you go back and look at the videos, there's a video of them two swans on here when I'm here, and the kingfisher comes out of that tree there and flies into that one, and all he's doing, he's just having a look, see where the minnows are and all that caper, because there's a lot of fry around at the moment. I don't know if you can see it in the water, but like really small fish. And that's why I'm using this fly at the moment, because I'm trying to imitate them small fish. I don't know if he's there or not. I'm going to take my hat off because I'm fucking roasting. Leave that there. Come back for that in a bit. So, if you've been watching from the start, yeah, see if you can see them. See in the water there, if you can zoom in or whatever you're watching it on, there's millions of little fish. So this bit of water here, right in front of me, see how strong the flow is here? Look at my rod. But there's a back eddy. So there could be some big fish just lying in there that have fed already, or they're waiting to feed. And it's like it's a bit of a chill out green room for them. So he's sitting there, chops in about whatever. So I'm going to cast into that eddy. There we go. Then we'll mend the line so